So a couple months ago, the script for Colin Trevorrow's version of Episode 9 leaked online. The movie would be called Star Wars Episode 9 Duel of the Fates.
This script was written by Colin Trevorrow and Derek Connolly.
And the script, along with some concept art that was leaked with it, has been confirmed to be real. So in this video, I'm just going to kind of go through the script, break down what I like, what I don't like about it. For those of you that don't know, I wasn't very positive with Rise of Skywalker, and I want to find out if this script would be a better conclusion to the saga. This video won't be a straightforward review, it'll be more of a my thoughts video. I guess I should maybe put a spoiler warning here, spoilers for the script if you haven't read it, and spoilers for all the Star Wars movies. So first off, let's start with what I liked. First off, this script features no Palpatine whatsoever. He doesn't come back, a clone of him doesn't come back. Kylo Ren remains the main villain, which I really like because I think this allows Kylo Ren to take his place as the main villain and become a more interesting character. Also, Princess Leia gets a lot more screen time. Now, I understand that Carrie Fisher's death really crippled The Rise of Skywalker in a way that J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy, and Chris Terrio couldn't really do anything about, but it still would have been nice to see a bit more of her in a ideal alternate universe situation. It's also really cool to see Vader's castle again. It's a cool place that's only been seen once before. Finn has a really great character arc in this script. He inspires other stormtroopers to turn away from the First Order. This arc is good because it helps continue his arc from the previous two movies, as opposed to, vaguely hinting that he's Force sensitive and have him want to tell Rey that he just might sort of be Force sensitive, to have him not tell Rey and have him sort of kind of tell Naomi Ackie instead. This script manages to sort of kind of retcon Rey's parentage while still honoring what Rian Johnson was going for. Rey's parents did love her, but Kylo Ren hunted them down and killed them because he was trying to find other Force-sensitive people. There's no Rey-Kylo Ren romance or kiss or anything like that, which is good. Speaking of Kylo Ren, he's quite a different character in this script. He doesn't really care about ruling the galaxy using a super government. Instead, he just wants to become as powerful with the Force as possible. I like Kylo Ren's characterization in this movie because it continues his arc from the previous two movies. The Knights of Ren are also utilized very well. They kind of have a bit of personality to them, and each one has their own distinct set of skills and personality, as opposed to, just being a bunch of nameless, faceless individuals that die in like 5 minutes. There's a really great Force fight scene between Kylo Ren and kind of a Force illusion of Darth Vader, similar to Luke's vision in Empire Strikes Back. I really like this scene, or this potential scene, because it's a good way of visually conveying that Kylo Ren will never be Darth Vader, no matter how much he tries. We also find out a little bit more about the origins of the Jedi and the Sith. Kylo Ren travels to what I believe is the homeworld of the Force, or of where the first Force-sensitive being arose. This version of events actually really makes me want a Knights of the Old Republic movie. And I love that at the end of the script, Finn and Rose create a new place for Force-sensitive children where they can be safe and happy. This is a good way to end the saga because Force-sensitive children have been oppressed for like 2 entire trilogies. The movie ends with R2-D2 playing recordings of previous Star Wars movies from his perspective. It probably would have worked really well depending on how it was directed. It's very much fan service nostalgia porn, but I still believe it could have worked really well. Let's move into what I was mixed about. There is a Rey-Poe romance in this script. I think this romance could have worked if it was maybe fleshed out a little bit more or hinted at more in the previous 2 movies, but because it wasn't, it feels a bit rushed here. This script is a bit darker than the previous 2 movies, a bit grittier. We have a rebel spy being publicly beheaded, an alien being executed because of a mishap with a metal detector, and General Hux committing suicide samurai style after the First Order loses. This darker tone maybe could have worked, maybe couldn't have, depends on, once again, how it was directed.
Speaking of General Hux, he isn't a spy in this script. I'm a bit disappointed because this was one of the few arcs that The Rise of Skywalker continued from The Last Jedi, but his new characterization as someone who is jealous of Force users is interesting.
Kylo turns good again at the end, like the very end, and manages to give his life force to Rey as a way of resurrecting her. I'm not quite sure I like this. It seems a bit sudden, but I still think it could have worked. After the final fight, Rey goes to kind of a spiritual plane and meets Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Luke, or their Force ghosts rather. They tell her that she can either stay there or go back to the real world. While I love that we get to see Obi-Wan again, and that Rey has to make this choice, I am mixed about her disappearing and then reappearing again at the end. It feels a little bit cliche. Once again though, it could have worked if it was directed well, and since this is a script, not a movie, we don't really know how Trevorrow would have directed it. There's only a couple things I really didn't like. One of them is that Kylo Ren easily kills someone that's supposed to be one of the most powerful Sith. This feels a bit contrived to me, makes him out to be a bit of a Gary Stu. Also, towards the end, R2-D2 gets shot and damaged, but they manage to extract his memory core and repair his body, so theoretically he didn't die, but it feels a bit like a cop-out to make us think R2-D2 died and then reverse it. So, overall, I honestly think this is a really solid script. If you can get your hands on it, it's very much worth reading. I honestly think it would have been a better finale than Rise of Skywalker. Granted, that's not saying much, but what can you do? So yeah, what did you guys think of the script and the concept art that was leaked? Do you guys think it would have worked better than Rise of Skywalker? Would have worked worse? What did you guys think? So yeah, as always, thank you guys very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe. Bye.